Now, according to recent data, the average conversion rate for online clothing stores globally is about 1.41%. So this means that for every 100 visitors to your store, only like 1 or 2 are likely to make a purchase. Now, in the past year, we've helped over 250 clothing brands boost their success, adding more than 10 million in extra revenue, and we've achieved this through top-notch website optimization, smart ad strategies, and powerful email marketing. If you're new here, my name is Christian Piñon. My business partner is Aaron Pearson, and we release 2 new videos every week. Aaron dives deep into the marketing strategies while I focus on mastering Shopify and your store. Now, for that 1.41% conversion rate, so don't let that discourage you. In this video, what I want to do is explore, to me, the 3 most powerful strategies that you can do right now to try to improve your conversion rate on your store. To me, these are specifically tailored for you, a newcomer, and even if you've been doing this for a while, you'll probably get some golden nuggets from this video. The most important thing is to be able to experiment, to be able to try some of these things on your business and on your website. So the number one place that we're going to start is your product pages. Your product pages are going to be really the backbone of your Shopify clothing store. This is where potential customers are going to make that crucial decision, right, to add to cart or potentially leave your website. So these are the top recommendations that I would make sure that I have included within my product page. Number 1, that's going to be high quality. I'm telling you, high quality, diverse product images, right? One of the biggest challenges I think in online retail is that customers can't physically see, touch, try the actual items, right? So to overcome this, you have to provide high quality images for each of your products. Obviously, like the golden standard here is front, back view, close-ups of the fabric or any details that the product may have, and actually images of the product being worn on models, right? And if possible, right, this is like an extra touch. It's either a 3D 360-degree view of like a 3D model of the product or showcasing an actual short video of the model just wearing the item. Now, according to a study by Etsy, listings with 10 images are 30% more likely to result in a sale compared to those with only 1 image, right? So while you might not need technically 10 full images for every single product, I would aim at least to 5 to 7 high quality photos per item. Now, visually, photos are going to be the most important thing, but after that, product descriptions should be more than just a list of features or just like a very small sentence, right? Product descriptions, they need to be able to paint a picture of how the item will actually enhance the customer's life, right? So including things like the fabric composition, care instructions, fit information, right? Is this true to size? Is it loose fitting? Is it slim cut? Styling suggestions, benefits of the product, right? So for example, if the product or the fabric is breathable, does it keep you cool during summer workouts, etc., right? All these are things that I want to make sure that you showcase within your product descriptions. No longer, can you just go by just having a simple sentence or 2 right there in the product description. You need to be able to sell this product with words. Think about it this way. If you didn't have any images, could your customer paint a picture of what the product looks like by just reading the description? Now, don't let the lack of information about the product be the reason that you lose a sale. Now, next up is size. Size uncertainty is a major conversion killer for online clothing stores. In fact, 58% of shoppers have returned clothing due to poor fit. Now, to combat this, you definitely need to provide a detailed size guide or size chart with actual measurements. I actually got this question asked not too long ago. It's like, do people actually even look at this? And like, yes, they do, right? This is literally the guide, the blueprint for the customer to know whether this shirt is long enough for them, whether the sleeves actually fall where they need to fall. So providing a detailed size guide is very important. Now, is that the only thing? Is that where you should stop? Absolutely not. You need to include fit advice in your product description. So we talked about product descriptions, right? And sort of the details and talking about the material and who is it for, etc. But having information about how this product actually fits, it's going to be very, very beneficial. That will probably be one of the biggest things that customers will probably look into inside of the product description, is how does this product actually fit? I would also even consider something like an additional third-party tool where it gives you size recommendations, right? So you plug in some of your details. I'm 5'11", 120 pounds, shoe size 10, and it will sort of spit out an answer for you. I think sometimes it could be kind of gimmicky, but at the end of the day, it's something that consumers do trust and use for their decision making when they're selecting products on your website. Something else that I would implore everyone to do is, if you have model photography, make sure that you have that model information within your product description and let the customer know this model is 5'10", 200 pounds, and they're wearing a size large, right? That is another good visual representation of sizing and how that works. And lastly, just a quick little tidbit here, make sure that your add to cart button is the most prominent, important button on your product page. Make sure that you have contrasting colors, place it in a prominent area. Make sure that that button is, the customer should be able to automatically know this is where I need to gravitate towards and go next when I want to add something to my cart. Now, you've gone through all the best practices here on the product page. Now, what is that next best thing that you can spend your money on, or that you can pay more attention to on your website? And that's honestly gonna be customer reviews. Customers are looking for what others are experiencing before making a purchase. And this is gonna be especially true for new stores, right? Without any established reputation, without any sort of established maybe reviews on Google or Facebook, etc. So social proof and or user generated content is going to definitely boost your credibility and conversions. So this is something that a lot of people who are just starting out struggle with, because obviously they need reviews in order to get reviews, and they need the sales, right, to get reviews. But there's a few strategies and a few things that you can do to at least get that going and get that started, right? Reviews are gonna be a powerful form of social proof, but it's not the only thing. In fact, 93% of customers read online reviews before buying a product. That's me included right there. So to maximize the impact of reviews, you want to make sure that you're actively encouraging customers to leave reviews after their purchase. So this is going to have to deal with your email automations and potentially your SMS or text automations to encourage them to leave reviews. And not even that, but also the packaging, right? Right within the packaging, encouraging customers to also leave your reviews through there. You also want to make sure that you're displaying reviews prominently on your product pages, on your home pages, on your collection pages. Any chance that you get to showcase and highlight reviews is definitely going to be a good idea. Something that you also want to do once you start rolling in and getting some reviews is responding to both positive and negative reviews professionally. Not only on your website, but like we said earlier, on Google, on TikTok, on Facebook, you want to make sure that you're able to respond to those. And obviously you're going to have to rely on a third-party app to do something like this. So what we recommend, just to kind of get you started, use Judge Me. It's free to get you started, and I think the next tier is like 15 bucks a month. So it's absolutely important that you have something like this, and Judge Me, to me, it's the next best thing. Shopify used to have a reviews app, but they since then have gotten rid of it. But to me, this is like the next best thing. And then with Judge Me, obviously you can have the automatic follow-up post-purchase for your customers. So just a simple email asking for the feedback can significantly increase your review rate. And even adding multiple steps to that automation is also gonna help, right? Not every single customer is gonna be able to leave a review right when they get that first email, but maybe a couple more, reminders to leave a review could be conducive to actually getting more reviews on your store. A study by Bright Local actually found out that 76% of consumers who are actually asked to leave reviews, they actually go on to do so. And I'm part of that 76%, but I will say I have not. I mean, there's maybe a couple times where I have left a review from that first email, but it usually takes a couple of times for me to finally, kind of go over the hump and leave that review. So consider adding maybe a couple of steps to your automation. Now, next up, part of the social proof is also UGC, right? Customer photos, customer videos. All this can be incredibly persuasive, especially when it comes to clothing, right? And showcasing authentic visuals of your products being worn by real people. Like, that is one of the most powerful, high impact things that you can make on your store. Again, you are sort of conditioning, you're letting the customers know that these products are actually worn by real happy customers, right? Something very easily you can do just to get started a little bit organically with this is just create a branded hashtag, encourage customers to share photos wearing your clothes. Even if they don't use the hashtag, still you have to monitor people who are tagging you on, for essentially Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and also don't just ignore those people, right? You need to encourage and foster communication and engagement with them, right? Feature your customer photos on your product pages. Feature them on social media. You could also run contests and giveaways that require customers to share photos or videos with your products being actually worn. A quick tidbit here. Some people want to just showcase or share their social media feed. Usually it's going to be like an Instagram feed. I tend to not do that on my stores, especially if my Instagram feed is going to be a lot of the same photography and media that I'm using on the website. Now, I will encourage you to connect your Instagram feed if, again, you're showcasing and sharing UGC and different things like that, because then that will be a good social indicator, social proof on your website. Now, part of social proof is also using some kind of trust badge or certifications or anything else that's relevant, right? That will add some kind of trust factor to your website. These might include just, your payment icons, for example, all the payment icons that you accept in the store. It could be any quality certifications, sustainability badges, the fact that, you have free shipping on all your products, right? All these little things, and anytime that you can create potentially a unique badge or icon for any of these things, these are going to be conducive to higher trust in your store. Okay, so we've explored the product page, we've explored social proof. Now I want to go over 4 or 5 just smaller best practices that you need to have implemented on your store. Number 1 is going to be exit intent pop-ups. Using exit intent pop-ups to capture visitors who are about to leave your site, offer them a discount, offer them free shipping, offer them something in return, right, for that email address. But these exit intent pop-ups can recover up to 53% of abandoning visitors. So it's very, very important. A lot of times you think about, the conversion rate is the most important thing, but conversion rate is not just the sale. Conversion rate could also be part of the fact that you're collecting these email addresses to then retarget them later. Number 2, using urgency or scarcity tactics. This can create a sense, that these things are about to expire. And I would not use this on every single page, every single placement, but I would use them sparingly throughout your website. And if you actually do truly have a limited time offer, or maybe what I see and I like the most, it's the low stock warnings. So if your theme already has a pre-installed low stock warning, I would for sure use that. Also, there's countdown timers for sales and things like that. But again, I would only use these if you actually have a sale going on and there is a timeline that needs to go down for that. Now, something that I would probably use it more when it comes to countdown timers and things like that would be for my emails. So within the emails, using it in subject lines or right towards the top of the email can actually be conducive to higher conversion down the road when I actually do visit the website. So this next one, a simplified checkout process, is something that just sounds so simple, but I've seen this more and more lately, where these themes are giving the customers multiple ways to navigate towards this actual checkout page. To me, the most simplified thing that you can do is on your product page, have your add to cart button, click add to cart, that brings in the cart drawer, so it stays right there within that page. And then from that cart drawer, the only call to action button on that drawer should be checkout. They click on checkout and that actually takes them to the checkout page. I've seen this done a lot of different ways, but to me, that straight line is the best thing that you can do for conversion. Okay, and lastly, one of the best things that you can implement is a live chat or AI-powered chatbots to provide instant customer support. 79% of businesses that offer some form of live chat saw increased customer loyalty, sales, and revenue. To me, the best thing that you can do here is add something like Joofy. Joofy has an AI powered by ChatGPT, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It allows your customers to ask deep questions about your products, and it has a good understanding of the types of products that you have, and it uses ChatGPT to learn about all your products. And you can also train the AI model. So if you have certain questions that it may be answering incorrectly, you can just train it to answer this question maybe more towards this way, right? So adding a little bit of personalization to the AI is absolutely incredible. And it's one of those apps that it just makes sense. It just makes sense for a lot of people. Look, at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of different things that you can do for your store to improve conversions. And I will leave you with this last tip, and that is don't stop improving your store. Don't stop experimenting with your store. We went over a lot of different things that you can implement right away, but on top of that, there's still a lot of other things that we haven't even touched on that help drive conversions to your website. But to me, these are the things that I would focus on right away to make sure that you have sort of the basics, right? The best practices in place in order to try to drive conversion to your store. Now, if you're interested in other tactics, you've covered all the basics here. Now let's move on to that next step. That next step is going to be this video that we have here next for you.